Welcome back, trainers. So the community day move for Salamence has been revealed, and that is going to be Outrage, making it one extremely strong dragon type to use. And I'm also pretty happy that I did not power this one up past 2500 or invest any more rare candies or possibly Stardust in other ones. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look and see how good it's actually going to be and compare it to a few other dragon types in the game. And just to let you know, right now Rayquaza is still going to stand above it with higher DPS as well as TDO. But this community day, you're going to have a lot of Bagons all over the place, not to mention a shiny variants. As opposed to Rayquaza, you had to raid those, and it just, it's not really available too much. And what you're going to have to do with Rayquaza is put a lot of rare candies into it. So let's see what we have going on for this awesome blue beast, and soon to be green. Alright, so we're over here on the Go Hub. Let's go ahead and take a look at the DPS and TDO of some of these dragon type Pokemon. So first up, we have Rayquaza. We're going to be looking at DPS first, damage per second. It's going to have Outrage and Dragon Tail sitting at 36.11. So number one dragon attacker right there. And then you have Palkia with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor sitting at 35.85. So pretty good as well with that one charge bar. And the thing about it is with these single charge moves, you can, we've been over this before, but I have to reiterate here. You can, gain all this energy and almost get it off and then get taken out right before you're able to use that Draco Meteor, therefore wasting all that energy and time as well as extra damage you could have done. That's why 2 charge bar moves and Outrage on Salamence is going to be more superior to these personally. And then you have Dialga with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor sitting at 35.55. Salamence, Dragon Tail, Outrage, there we go, 34.97. So it's, significantly behind Rayquaza, but that's okay. It's still going to have a shiny and amazing. You're going to be able to get those candies a lot easier than Rayquaza, like we've been over already. Then we have Dragonite losing its spot to Salamence with Dragon Tail and Outrage sitting at 33.37. So there you go. Salamence is going to be pretty good, but wait till we get to TDO. That's going to be a little different. Then we have Latios, so putting that on the list because, well, it's Dragon as well as we're getting that shiny coming in fairly soon. It's not a horrible option. It's just, as far as the most damage, no. PvP, yes. So that's going to have Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw sitting at 30 DPS flat. Then we have Latios with Dragon Breath and Outrage, a little bit tankier than Latios, and sitting at 28.15. Then we have Alolan Exeggutor with Dragon Tail, Dragon Pulse, 27.76. Giratina, Origin Form, Dragon Tail, and Dragon Pulse, 26.71. And then Makingdra over here, Dragon Breath and Outrage, sitting at the bottom at 24.35. So there you go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at TDO here. We're going to have the best at the top. There we go. Dialga coming in at number 1. As you can see here, we don't need to go over all the moves. Just kind of look at it. And then we have Palkia, Giratina, Dragonite with the tankiness there, Rayquaza surprisingly high up there. And then Latios, Salamence coming in at the, what spot is that? 7th. So, I mean, still good. I'm happy for it. And do you want to make a bunch of these come to this community day? We'll go over that here in just a moment. Then we have Latios and so on. So, there you go. Pretty neat. Salamence, not bad. Coming in with that Outrage like not going to say like we predicted because we went over a few different moves. So it's like, well, I could have guessed 7 different ones, and then if one of those became it, like, ha, I told you, that's the one. People were trying to say Fly, which would have been very unique, but what are you going to really want to use that for? It can find definite usability, but it just, I don't know, it wouldn't have been the best. Outrage is good, but the problem here is we're seeing a recycle of the same moves over and over and over again, especially for the community days. And I mean, yeah, not trying to complain, just saying, recycling over and over. All right, so now let's discuss how many of these exactly do you want to make. It's going to vary from person to person, but personally for me, I'm going to shoot for about 6 of them with Outrage. I'm not going to power them up immediately or anything like that. It's just kind of like the Metagross situation, although Metagross is going to be a whole lot better for its specific category. I didn't power them all up immediately as well. What you can do is obviously trade to possibly get those luckies as well, and then you'll have an easier way to power them up without investing so much Stardust. The candies are going to cost the same at least, so keep that in mind. But this is going to be a fantastic Pokemon, especially if you have it in its shiny variants. You're definitely going to want a few of these. So Salamence is finally getting something Good for it, because when it was first introduced with these movesets here, the single charges, I mean, Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, it still stands fairly high on DPS charts as far as that is concerned. But, you know, like we went over, if you get all the way up to almost getting that Draco Meteor off in a raid, and then you get taken out right before you're able to use it, well, you just wasted all that time. But now it's going to have a double charge move, doing a significant amount of damage, so we'll be able to continuously get off that charge and not have to worry about wasting energy. So yeah, you definitely want to make as many of these as you can. Don't go overboard, like make 12, but hey, if that's your cup of tea, go for it. But personally, I'm going to shoot for 6 and power up about maybe, like, depending on how many luckies I get, right, and how well these shinies are. I definitely want one for each league for PvP, Great, Ultra, and Master. So we'll just take it one step at a time. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm definitely going to make 6. And yeah, see how that works out. Should be pretty nice. Salamence in its shiny variant looks absolutely fantastic. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at this Alolan Raichu raid using just one Giratina. The moveset that the Alolan Raichu is going to have is Volt Switch as well as Psychic. I tried this several times, but the problem is the shadow hits happening over and over again. I did experience it this time. I should have my Go Plus off, and if you're trying to get your times very specific and you don't want any sort of lag, yes, you should have your Go Pluses off when you're doing these. Anyways, this is going to be probably my 4th attempt. I could have done it my first attempt. I was quite surprised, like, wow, I could do all of these my first try if it wasn't for this lag. But anyways, with that said, we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the successful one. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.